on 4, please. 5 on 4, thank you.
A lot of lettuce.
What are you guys doing?
We're not really welcome here.
Do you have a permit to look at our garbage? We tried a few other places.
This is our garbage. You can't have it. No.
Well, I guess in some ways we are a big bin. You know, we're collecting from those bins or before they actually get thrown into the bin, and everything that we collect is considered garbage and would have ended up in the bin. So we just collected it just before it got thrown in. And you've seen the quality of the product and the variety and the nutritional value of it. Yeah, it's amazing the excess waste of it. We may get a pallet of juice, and the reason is that one bottle may have broken, and of course as consumers we absorb those costs. The other big myth is around best before dates and expiry dates. And just to give you a quick overview, what a lot of consumers don't realize is that the best before date is not the actual expiry date. For example, yogurt. The date on the label is the best before date. You actually have 6 weeks beyond that date to consume that product, and it's still completely safe and nutritious to eat. But as consumers, again, we think that date's the expiry date, so we dispose of it and buy more, and we don't realize that product is actually still good.
It's like the planned obsolescence of food.
Yeah. Yeah.
I walked around the neighborhood with a petition to remove a dumpster that was sitting right there in front of that pillar.
Okay.
It's always being broken into. Garbage was strewn all over the piece of property. Basically all times of the year. The city would come and clean the property twice a year. If the phone calls got that bad, the garbage would blow into the neighborhood. People would walk through it to and from work. Kids would cut through here, and it's really bad introduction to the neighborhood's use. So we have this piece of property that the garden is on now, and across 11th Avenue is another piece of property. And across the alley from that is a third piece of property that we are going to develop into a playground and green space walkway. So there's 40 garden spaces, 40 giant hexagons in the Moby Garden, and we have about 60 people that share and grow a lot of their own food. It's surprising in 75, 80 square feet how much food you can actually sustain throughout the year. Really what it's about is creating relationships with people around you. And the more intimately you know somebody, you talk to them personally, you're in their energy space, you build a trust, you build a rapport, especially when you're dealing with food. There's so many benefits about keeping it local. And a lot of people do have this, well, how come those politicians, those guys in power, how come they haven't done that for me yet? But with issues like this, it's the other way around. It's very much bottom up. A political system with this type of movement is if there's a groundswell of people that are knocking on a municipal politician's door saying, hey, we want this because it's been proven to be effective in other communities. We have a group of people willing to work on these issues. Could you redirect some funding to support us and we'll make it successful? That's when politicians go, oh, okay. You have to make that first step. You have to put it out there. You have to create that option. You have to, share your vision, share your dream with people and saying, hey, look, can you imagine an environment like this? Imagine your world with this aspect in it.